Oh, all right, everybody. Looks like I have 23 minutes. I'm uploading a video right now. It's once it's off there, I'll be able to. I don't know how long this will be, but the video I'm uploading right now is called "I Love You, Satan." Right, and I do, like I'm totally a neutral observer in all this. Like seriously, I've got no dogs in the fight. I would love to just get up there and because it's about, the gods being like one of the guys, just one of the boys. It's like, you can laugh in your god's face. Like, haha, you lost, Satan won, stupid. Um, so yeah, I would love it, if all you guys lost and Satan wins. Because I've got no dogs in any of this fight, right? So, go Satan. Anyways, let's see here. Where did we leave off? He withdrew like a dew of night, he removed it far from me. The cloudiness of my eyes, which were wrapped in the shroud of death, he drove 1,000 leagues away, he brightened my vision. Okay, well, I think that's it, right? This is what I was getting at, right? Like in the Book of Everything, Enoch talks about eyesight being revolution, right? And it's really all about eyesight. Because if we go back to the first book, he speaks about like all these evil people, like they're disgusting, right? But that's just it. That's something that a Hollywood movie or even The Lord of the Rings won't tell you, because in these types of stories, which can have their own value, in these types of stories, the evil, has an evil face. Rah, I'm an evil face. I like to punch women, right? But in real life, like if you look at all the stuff happening to him, all of these people who were doing this are posers, right? Toxic people are obsessed with posing and with their appearance. But you have to read more. You have to read more into all of this invective that he had against them in the first book, because there was a lot of invective against these people. First book, I think, maybe it was the second book, but he was talking about the people who were hurting him, and he had all this invective towards them. But at the same time, he now sees properly, so he now pities them. Right? They are beneath him, and not that he wants them to be beneath him. That's not how he sees. He wants to, like the good messenger, that good-looking messenger. he wants, like the messenger. He should have greeted the messenger, with self-respect, and not like, woe is me, woe is me. He should have been like, bitch, what's up, bitch? You got some good vibes or some bad, right? If you got good vibes, then let's chill. If you got bad vibes, then fuck off. He should have had some, greet everyone with respect, and that's what he always wanted to do. But he realized, hey, there's some people out there that you shouldn't greet with respect, though everyone cheers them and everyone praises them. And sometimes it's not everyone, because you've got the silent out there who don't praise them but are too scared because of the social legal realities of popularity that sometimes creep into society, where the toxic have a high countenance. But he now sees properly. And it's like, again, to me, this always goes back to the halls of Valhalla. It's about respect, right? It's about admiration, right? They want to admire you, and the gods they never abandoned him. They didn't. They were admiring him, especially through his sufferings, right? And that's what the gods, through their silence, they want to do. They want to admire us, and that's their bond with us. When you are loving, you are bonding with loving gods. When you are brave, you are bonding with loving gods. But he wasn't wise, right? Now he's wise, and so he's able to bond with them on a higher level, because he's the guy who's able to divine the thoughts of the gods and shit. All right, where are we? The cloudiness. Right? This is about pride and humility, right? My ears, which were stopped and clogged like a deaf man's, right? And so he didn't hear properly, right? If your husband or your wife comes up to you and says, "Hey, I love you, babe," but they're, humping on someone else, then when you hear those words, "I love you," you should be able to see, no, you don't. But we don't want to see that. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that, because we're insecure. And so we want to hear the good things. But now he's able to distinguish. He discernment. That's what is going on right now. He's more discernible. And like Moses talks about putting a mark on people's foreheads. They don't know that mark is there, but you know that mark's there, right? And what is that mark? Karen, cunt, asshole, douche. But you're not going to say it, because that would be unwise. He removed their blockage. He opened my hearing. I like that he removed their blockage. I've had lots of earwax in my life, and I've had to have blockage removed, and that was probably even a medical thing back then. But it was probably something you go to the Mesopotamian doctor and they'll remove their blockage, and it just feels good. And so it's probably rung home to them when he put this line in there. Maybe. My nose, whose breathing was choked by symptoms of fever. He soothed its affliction so I could breathe freely. My babbling lips, which had taken on a crust, he'd been babbling during book 2, right? He was babbling a lot, but not. There's so much meaning in all this, right? And so he was, but he wasn't, but he was. Anyways, so maybe you could say there's triple here somehow, but he scored. He wiped away their sores and undid their deformation. My mouth, which was hard shut, so that proper speech was difficult, he scoured like a metal pot. He made its filthy inside gleaming, right? gleaming. And again, Ninurta, it's good to praise you. So before his mouth was shut, he couldn't talk amenable things to people like he wanted to. But now he's going to talk amenable things to people, and sometimes he's going to mean it, and sometimes he won't. My teeth, which were clenched, locked together firmly, he opened their fastening, their roots. My tongue, which was tied so it could not converse, he wiped off its coating, and my speech became fluent. Right, his speech was always fluent. He's like, this is a follower of Marduk, so it's all about like rhetoric and talking and shit. And so his speech was always fluent, but it wasn't because he was unwise. But now it's fluent again, but sometimes, sometimes when he calls someone the incarnation of a god, he might not mean it. My throat, which was tight and choking, as though on a gibbet. I don't know a gobbet. I don't know what that means. He made fair my songs, which it warbled like a flute. Again, he's making fun of bad musicians. So this guy's a bit mean, maybe. My gullet, which was swollen so it could not take food. Its swelling went down, and he opened its obstruction. Oh my god, there's this other line in here. I forgot what it was, but shit, whatever. All right. My lungs, which coughing, had a weekend and were the accumulated phlegm on top he drained out below. And these lines are interesting on a historical basis, because you could try to glean from these words the medical knowledge of the time, right? Because some of this stuff might be strange to us as it sounds, but to them this is like medical knowledge. Words are fun. But let's see. My manliness, which had lost confidence, was broken off like a palm shoot. Damn, now he's starting to fuck up here, maybe. I don't know. He blank, it's blank, blank, blank. My intestine, which long empty for lack of food, had coiled tight as a basket. I like this line. When I write stories, I like to fast. Because to me it's, like I've told you about the marijuana, it's a tool. But fasting is a tool as well, because like, you just think of it like science. Like, it's just science. The stuff that I use is the biochemicals within my organs. So I'm going to be using my thyroid and my heart and my this and my liver, my this. I'm going to be generating these emotions within me when I write. And so if you eat a whole lot, I have a problem with eating, definitely. But if you eat a whole lot, it overworks your organs. And if you have overworked organs, then it's going to be hard for you to write. I hear, how much time do I have? I hear What's his face? The fucking Game of Thrones guy. I forgot his name. Anyway, but the Game of Thrones guy, right? And I've read the books. I haven't read the latest 1 or 2 volumes. You know, I don't have any money to get any of that shit right now. But the other volumes I really liked. George R. R. Martin, I think maybe is his name. But anyways, and I could be wrong about all this. This is just my theory. But I heard him speaking one time, and he says he has, you know, a hard time writing 2 or 3 pages a day, let alone 6 or 7 pages a day. And, you know, I look at him and I think, oh, that makes sense because, hey, bud, you probably eat too much. I mean, there truly is this thing about the starving artist. People talk about the starving artist. And fasting, scientifically speaking, is just good for your organs. And anything that's good for your organs is going to be good for your writing, I think. And so... And again, this is the priest of Marduk. So not only is fasting significant to artists, it's also significant to priests, I think. So there's and again, probably going too far. Maybe he blank. It's bloating blank. It would accept nourishment whole drink. So I mean, you know, with some of this stuff, there's probably some deeper stuff going on that I'm not even talking about, but maybe not. But that's poetry, right? There can be multiple meanings if done well. And I only wish I could write poetry this good, you know. But I don't know. My possessions, which had been parceled out, my companions recovered. And again, so there's this, you know, I think there's this forgiveness here. My companions recovered, but it recovers within brackets. So I don't know why it's within brackets. But it does sound like, whether or not these brackets are real, which had been parceled out, my companions, blah, blah. You know, it does really sound like recovered would be it. But there is this forgiveness there. Because, you know, he has mercy on them and compassion, I think. Because he can now see better. And he sees that, yeah, even though they were dumb of tongue, they were conflicted and confused. And that is book 3. Let's go to book 4. Alright, how long is this? Not that long. Although I don't have any time. I have 4 minutes less. Let's see. My neck, which had gone limp and was sagging at the base. He shored it up like a hillside. He planted it upright like a tree. Again, this is like a countenance, like what Enoch talks about in the Book of Everything. He made my physique strong as a champion's athlete. Now he was strong before, right? He was the man of proud breast who had gotten his ass kicked by a weakling. So he was already strong before, but now he's truly strong in spirit, right? He pared my nails, which were like the overgrown of an outcast. I love this. Let's see here. I'm looking at these numbers. I don't know why, because it's now in sentences rather than it was in 4 lines. So it'd be 4 lines and then a space and then 4 lines. But now it's 2 lines and a space, 1 line and a space. But if we look at here again, this is the whole male-female thing. He made my physique strong as a champion's athletes, right? But then what's happening next? He's having his nails done, like a woman, right? Anyways, I'm running out of memory here. Doesn't look like there's too much long to go, but I don't know how much longer, so I'm gonna quit this right now. We'll make probably the last part's gonna be the last, so.